Hello everyone and welcome to the AVCast. My name is Kevin and today I am playing something a little bit special. This game is called Receiver and it was recently released on Steam. Well, by recently I mean like a month or something ago, I don't quite remember. And it's an indie game developed by Wolfire Games. It's running off of the Unity 4 engine, I believe, and it was originally made for something called the 7-Day FPS Challenge in 2012, in which developers were challenged in, a week to make an FPS. So this is what the result was, and it is incredible. Like, I have been following this game for a while, and once it got on Steam, I decided to pick it up. It is just absolutely amazing. So the interesting thing about the game, which you probably noticed in the intro I was doing, is everything about your gun is manually done. And you're probably thinking, that doesn't look too hard, you just pull the weapons out. Okay, these are all the controls. I've just pulled them up. I'm going to leave those up so that you guys can see, but I've pretty much memorized everything because of how much I played this game, because it is amazing. But yes, you have to do all of those. And there is a turret. Okay, so something I should probably mention, this game is permanent death and also randomly generated, so if you die, you're out. That is it. And also, you die in one shot, so it's pretty much a roguelike. This is one of the better roguelikes I've played in a while. But anyway, back to the gun. So everything with the gun is done manually. You can pull it out, you can put the gun away, I can pull individual bullets or put them in, pull the gun back in, pop it in, check the chamber, make sure the slide's pulled back and the hammer's pulled back and all that stuff. So it's very, very detailed, and often in a fight, you'll find yourself just expending all your ammo and then freaking out trying to reload before something gets you. So speaking of things trying to get you, there are two kinds of enemies. One of them is a turret, one of them is a floating taser bot thing. So I'm going to attempt to get this turret without dying. Oh, it noticed me. And also the ballistics for this game are incredible. So I'm going to try and shoot the motor out. Oh, I got the camera. Sweet, that's good. So the ballistics are really realistic in the sense that this turret is not dead. Like, it can still see me. But either I shot out part of the camera. Oh no, I didn't shoot out part of the camera. I shot out the actual gun. So it can notice me, it can look at me, and it can try firing, but it has no idea how to. So, yep, that's what I just did. And I could shoot out the motor, but that would be a waste of bullets. You pick up individual bullets in this game, by the way. But anyway, so the ballistics are incredibly realistic, depending on what enemy you're fighting, which, like I said, there's two enemies in particular. Ooh, bullets. And this is what the game is about. You are a receiver, and you're trying to find tapes. And you pick them up, and they play audio files, which I'm going to leave that for you guys to see, because frankly, they're a little bit lengthy, and it's really confusing because they kind of just drop you in the middle of the story, but the story is very interesting. So essentially, you are known as a receiver, and what you're currently walking through is not actual reality. It's kind of like a figment of your mind. It's a little bit confusing. So there's this thing known as the threat, and the threat basically did this thing called the mind kill. Yeah, this is going to get you very confusing very fast. They did this thing called the mind kill, which everyone's brains has apparently been weakened by the media, blah, 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 and it killed everyone, excluding a few people who are particularly trained to have a resistance to it, and you are one of them. But when the mind kill was activated, rather than just being, completely safe from it, you're sent into this, like, sub-reality in which the threat has sent in robots to kill you, and your receiver abilities have given yourself a gun. So you have to get through, find all the tapes, and then become quote-unquote awake as a receiver so you can escape the realm. I've never gotten all 11 tapes. I think my record is 5. Oh gosh, there's a thing! Ah, don't kill me, don't kill me! Whew, didn't see me. This game is very, very awesome. Oh, there it is, there it is! Ah, okay, like I said, everything is one-hit kill. Ah, I'm out of bullets. Wait, do I have any? Yes, I have 1 bullet. We better make this shot count, otherwise I'm screwed. So yeah, interesting thing, the running in this game is measured by how fast you tap the W key. Am I screwed? Please tell me I got it. Please tell me I shot something. Sometimes you can't quite tell when you shoot anything, sometimes it'll just go straight down. Okay, walk by, walk by, walk by. Engaging is not always the best idea, but in that case, I thought I had no choice. Are those my shells? Yeah, those are. Oh, no, bullets, sweet. Okay, pull up the mag. Ah, what's the key? There we go. Oh no. First death. This game is difficult. It's also very, very awesome, though. So, seriously, it's currently available on Steam for $5, if I know that correctly. Yeah, $5. So go ahead and check it out if you can. It's really cool. But I'm going to play a bit more of it because it is fun. So there are 3 different guns in the game. There's the 1911, which you just saw me using. There's the Glock 18, which is this gun. Is there a bullet in the chamber? I don't know. Let's pull it back. Oh, nope, there was a bullet in the chamber. Let's pick that back up. The Glock 18 and the revolver. The revolver is the most simple, but you have to load up 6 shots individually. And also the 1911 and the Glock have things such as safeties. This one can go on full auto. I might as well show you. So yeah, that was a complete waste of bullets, but I started out with 3 mags this time, so I don't care. Yes. Also, what you start out with is completely randomized. This game is just built around randomness. No pun on my handle intended. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and put all the bullets into 1 mag, pull the gun back out, pop the mag in, move these mags around in our inventory, and I also started out with a flashlight, which is very valuable because they allow you to navigate darker areas with ease, because otherwise you're going to have a serious problem. Although turret cameras... Don't talk and walk around corners. Although turret cameras are pretty distinctly marked because they're very bright, so it's hard to miss, so as you can see that one's turning. And now I'm going to sneak up and shoot out the motor. Or I could end up dying right after I shoot out the motor. You know, that works too. Yeah. Let's try to get as many tapes as we can. And we're starting out with the Glock 18 again. This time I have no flashlight. And what's with the slide? Oh, there we go. I pushed it forward. And let's go ahead and pull out the mag. Oh yeah, pull up the actual options menu. Options menu? No, the controls menu. The controls menu, that's what it is. Pull out the bullets of there and put them inside of this. So, like I said, the controls in this game are ridiculous, and there are many controls. A lot of them you don't use as often as you might think. For example, pulling back to check if there's a bullet in the chamber. That's kind of under the advanced section, as you can see on the right, but I use it all the time. And then some things like pulling the hammer back you rarely do, unless you actually fired all of the rounds out of a magazine and it locks back. Well, then again, you use the slide release. Yeah, this is very in-depth, and it's super awesome, especially if you know a little bit about guns, because you're like, oh, look at that, they put in the slide release and the safety and blah, 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 and then you're like sitting there geeking out for a few moments before you die horribly from a bullet through your skull. Technically, you don't have a skull, because this isn't reality, even in the game, and we're going to go ahead and shoot you. Why is it looking straight down? You know what, I don't care. Jump, jump, jump. There we go, made it. Oh, shoot. Literally, I was filled with bullets. Roguelikes, they will kill you and then laugh in your face and wait for you to respawn and do it again, because guess what? It's fun. Let's pull out the bullets out of there, put them inside of here. The only time you ever want to really use more than 1 magazine is if you're getting into a firefight with lots of bots and you're actually going to need to swap them out. In my case, I usually just go with the 1 mag and load up the bullets after each kill, so for the most part efficient, but in this case... I wish I had more bullets. Okay, let's do this carefully. Do this carefully. Sweet. That was a good shot. And the other one should be right there. Did I shoot the camera out? Maybe? Maybe? Oh, wow, I shot the camera out. Okay, sweet. Let's get by this dude before he notices me and tries tasing me just out of bumping into it. New area. Bullets. Sweet. Is that a tape? Yeah, sweet. Everything is sweet. Actually, it should be shiny, because technically, they do actually shine. Oh, there's a bot. I don't think I did anything more than mildly inconvenienced it, but that's good enough for me if it allows me to get by. Okay, is there any turrets on the top of here? So yes, while this game may be randomized, it's actually using a set of sort of chunks of the map, which are fit together at random, and it's really kind of cool. It keeps it pretty interesting. Where bullets and tapes and enemies are spawned is completely random, though, so you can get some pretty stupid locations for, like, turrets or whatever, and then you can also get some pretty unhelpful locations for bullets. But that is a helpful location, because I just spent some bullets, and now I get some bullets. Kevin is happy. Alright, let's go over to the next one. Oh, shoot. And I'm dead. It's very unforgiving, but it is so much fun. I'm sorry, every time you die, you're like, oh, I know what I did there, let's do it again. I want to not make that mistake. I have the revolver this time, so the revolver, the controls on the right side, it's got pretty much the same, but there's a fewer things, I believe. But the interesting thing is, if you shoot it, which I will show you in a second, because I hear a bot in this room. There he is. Sweet. Got it. Okay, so if you shoot it, in order to reload, you have to empty out all of the shells, and then you have to pick them back up, the ones that you didn't use, and then you have to load them in individually. And you can also spin the chamber, which is so much fun. Look at that. I'm going to put the bullet in that one instead. Okay. Pull that back. It's really funny, though, if you actually end up with a few chambers not filled in there. When you put it back inside, you'll occasionally get the click, and then you're like, oh, no, that wasn't a bullet. That's really bad. Which is always a desperate scenario if you have less than 6 bullets on hand, but it happens. Everything is scarce in this game, so we're going to go into the second area, at least around here. Is that something? Nope, I don't see anything. Many times in this game you will walk around a corner thinking it is entirely safe and just get filled with lead. But that's all part of the fun. And now I'm inside of a very enclosed area. There's a floating bot. We're going to shoot you. Also, I'm sorry if my frame rate looks a little bit derpy. As I have mentioned before, my computer hates Unity, and this runs off of Unity, and I'm so dead. If I would have ran a little bit faster, I would have been good. But I'm afraid I can't mash the W key any quicker than that. Alright, I'm going to go with maybe 1 or 2 more attempts, because frankly, it's just me dying over and over. It is super awesome, though. And also, never suggest this for Kevin attempts, because so help me, I will never get all 11 tapes. As long as I play this game, I will never get 11 tapes, because it is difficult. I'm not entirely sure if the tapes spawn based on area, like there can be more than 11 tapes in case you miss one, or if they're just spawned, you know, in certain locations and you just have to hope you find all them, which I'm hoping it's the former and not the latter, because sometimes you'll run through an area without exploring it much. And there's a tape, sweet. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. And once again, the tapes actually do have audio files accompanying them, which go over the storyline of the game and such. Why won't that one come out? There we go. But they do have audio files which go over the story of the game, and why you're a receiver, and why you're not dead, and how to use your gun. Occasionally how to use your gun. For the most part, they just say, pick up your gun, now try firing it. Okay, figure out everything else on your own, because frankly, we don't have time for that. Okay. I should be good if I just go around the corner and shoot out the... Whew, that was close. Okay, I shot out the actual gun part of it. Let's put those bullets back in, pull back the hammer, and we're good. Once again, very detailed gun mechanics are super, super, super awesome. It's kind of like a representation of what would happen if you actually had a gun and were trying to survive, because aside from the fact that you would probably cut your hands... Oh, lucky shot. Aside from the fact that you would probably cut your hands on the slide a few times, it's actually pretty accurate, because, you know, you got to do everything individually. Like, one button press does exactly one thing and no more. So none of that hit R to reload and your guy does like a million actions while you wait for him to do it and then get angry at the fact that quick switching won't work. How did that bot notice me? He's like on the other side. Okay, turn off the flashlight. Ooh, nice shot. Nice shot. So yeah, I think after this one I'll call it, because hopefully I don't die in an instant. We're going to go for you. Ooh, nice. Sorry, it's always very satisfying when you get a kill, because you're like, did I shoot the camera, or did I shoot the turret, or did I shoot the actual part that makes it move? And in that case, I shot the actual part which makes it move, which is the most fun, because then you don't freak out thinking it's going to tase you when in reality it can't. I feel like I've been here before. Why do I hear a turret? Oh, there's a turret right over... or up? Yeah, there's the turret. I shot through your motor box. Now you're helpless. Although I think if I actually went below it, like right under it, it would probably still shoot me, because only the motor shot out, not the camera or anything else. Unless I hit the battery, then in that case it would actually be safe. But yeah, let's run around here. Let's go for a quick... Let's do this quickly. Let's check in here, check in here. Sometimes running through quickly actually can save your life, because occasionally you'll run around a corner, which is really hard to get back from, but if you just do it quickly enough, you'll be fine. Can't jump over that. Where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to go around here? This game has very few dead ends, by the way. I think the only time you find a dead end is if it generates a bit wrong, and then there's an area which you can't, like, mount over. But in this case, I am now on the other side, and it looks like I'm going to have a house to go inside, with their oversized appliances that are all square-shaped. It's like Minecraft. Look at those square chairs and the square tables, and why can you not let me in? Come on, let me in. I was really expecting a turret to shoot me as soon as I jumped inside the room there, just saying. After a while, you start figuring out how sinister the game is, and then you're like, I am suspecting you. Okay, nothing up here. Can we go over to this room? Hello? Nothing. Is this where I started? I think it is. I think I went in a full circle. Let's go the other way, then. And parkour. Jump. What's in this room? Not much. A tape, though. No! And that was my demise, attempting to receive a single tape. Still a pretty awesome game, though. I highly recommend you check it out. Like I said, it's on Steam. It's available for $5, and they've updated it a few times since they actually made it, which is the reason why we have more than just the 1911, because originally the game only had one gun, which wouldn't be bad, but, you know, it's kind of cool to have that. Full auto is awesome. So yeah, go ahead and check it out on Steam, and I will see you guys next time on the AVCast. Although, hopefully, next time I won't die as much. Because, you know, die...